Right, today is March 12th, 2026. Yesterday on the 11th, I was in Red Lobster and stupid people happened again. People need to stop acting like retards. You know, at the Oakland apartment on December 9, 21, 4 p.m., they told them all the tapes before with them and not me, and it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here to see if someone would actually stop them. Okay? It's just a bunch of men doing crimes. It's a drug scam. Okay? Right before Christmas of 21, he said, Karen, I swear the COVID virus has damaged people's brains around here, caused a great mental illness. People are finding things funny when they're not. Okay? Now, I want you to think about the way that these people have been acting. They act like retards. Mentally ill people, just crazy as they can be. And they don't have a common sense in their brain. Not one. You know, yesterday at Red Lobster, there was somebody who said the psychiatrist they hired to evaluate her and watch her. They can't hire a psychiatrist to evaluate me and watch me. That's a federal crime. They can't hire one. It's a federal crime. Got it? See how stupid they are? Dumbasses. Out the wazoo. Well, Carla and I had gotten an argument when we got in the car. We were going to go to a different town and go out to eat and then go shopping. Make a day of it. He usually enjoys it. Well, it's raining. Who cares it's raining? As long as there's not a tornado warning, you're good. We've went up there in the snow. And he went to throw a baby fit since we left. I said, why did you even bother getting in the car? So I took him to the bank and we just went locally to eat. And the shopping trip was canceled. And, you know, he made a comment later on when we got home. He said, you know, I miss that wonderful love we used to have. I said, well, who changed? He said, but they threatened me. It scared me. I said, I know they threatened you. I know they scared you, his family, for threatening to kill him. But they're not here right now. You can still be alert that there's threats, but you can't let that fear control you. I miss my husband. I miss the person I was having a good time going out to eat, enjoying my life, and would protect me and would, you know, make sure that, you know, I got sleep, wouldn't let people come over and make a lot of noise during the day if I worked at night. I said, I miss that person that actually cared about me. I said, this person that's whiny, crying, well, they really scared me. Well, I'm sorry, they scared you. You can't live in fear. It's consuming you. He became somebody I don't even recognize at times. And he said, I guess I need to quit. I said, yeah, you need to quit. Well, some smart ass said the psychiatrist that they hired to watch, they can't hire a psychiatrist to watch me, you dumbass. It's HIPAA. It's a federal crime punishable 10 years. No doctor can treat or evaluate anybody without signed consent. And the only lapse that they put for it is in case an emergency room brought in and they can't sign for consent and it's to save a life. So, can they hire a psychiatrist to watch me? No. Evaluate me? No. Put their opinion on me? No. It is a federal crime of HIPAA violation, of medical negligence, medical malpractice, punishable of 10 years, $1 million fine, and I can sue them. They can't hire a doctor, you freaking dumbasses. Well, these people are such retards. And I mean retards. You think how dumb they are. They're trying to kill me. They're having me drugged for fake confessions, photoshopped and framed in their stalking tapes. Um, having me beat and raped. Proud as they can be of their crimes. Walks into a federal office, a federal FBI office. Tells a federal agent, hey, we're trying to kill her. Our idiot minister called her a faker 15 years ago. Um, let's see. And some heavy-set, ugly girl, she threatened me, and I hadn't talked to her in 7 years, and only said hi 7 years before that. Hmm? And what else? Had nothing to do with those people. Let's see. But they decided for entertainment, they'd rake up a scam to kill me. Run a scam on the FBI. Steal money from I told you, Strange hated the government. Hated my brother-in-law Greg that worked for the government. So scamming the FBI would be a thrill to him. They walk in there saying they're trying to kill me because some idiot called me a faker, and some bad heavy-set girl is saying she threatened me and I hadn't talked to him, and it was a medication error, medical malpractice, almost killed me. So they're in there because somebody called me a faker and somebody said they threatened him and they're having him drug, beaten, raped. My God. Drugged for fake confessions, photoshopped and framed in their stocking tapes. And they admitting they're trying to kill me, and they have a dirty doctor that says, hey, I'm with the rapists and killers. Breaking HIPAA. They should have been arrested on the spot for being stupid. They have to hit like the FBI's top 10 stupidest criminals. Going in there and confessing all those crimes. And being justified within their own minds. The other day at Bob Evans, some lady really insulted Katie. Said the girl I found out they're doing all this for, the one that works in the jewelry store, the heavyset one that's nothing to look at. Every girl in that church, or every woman in that church is afraid of her. Because she said, even thinks they're crossing her. They make their husbands make it up to her, and then have their husband harm them. You realize how sick that is, right? Some ugly, heavy-set girl that used to be the minister's son, now is the father of the minister there. His side girlfriend, he makes other men beat their wives if they say she's mean to them. Some heavy-set fat girl. That, seriously. And then has their husbands cheat on them with an ugly girl. That's disgusting. Disgusting. Why do they have the word church up there? Why don't they have the word gentleman's club, bar, nightclub? Because a church has standards, and that's not standards. That's a free-for-all. And the idol worship of that heavyset girl and her family. Because she dates the minister's son. Now, I want you to think all these people, and it's her, her mom, her mom's niece, Michelle, the one messed up in drugs, and her dad, Henry, Mafi, the ones that are in debt to drug dealers. Their sister-in-law, Anita, and that minister, Strange, his niece, Pam. Do you know how stupid this is? And them running a con, run around bad-mouthing me for being part. Them being part of this. They're bad-mouthing the victim. They're bad-mouthing their victim. Run around insulting me, asking you people to help. Harm me for them. That Michelle lied to everybody. She was a retired Judge Pete's daughter, FBI agent Will's daughter. She's just Mary's niece. She lied. They all lie. You know, that heavyset waitress with black hair and dark glasses, she's white, middle-aged, she's a school teacher down in Carrollton. They need to find out who's supposed to be going down there from the Stark County Sheriff's badmouth me trying to get an FBI case thrown out. And boy, is that girl run her mouth in town. I walked in and where she's been sitting over there, and she's such a dumbass. And for an educated woman, she should know better. She should know the Fourth Amendment in the Constitution. She has a college degree, and she should know HIPAA. Sitting down there the time before that, an attorney is working with the police department to make sure she can't be around children. They can't. It's a federal crime. They cannot go around drug beating, raping people. They can't set up button cameras in people's home. And as a teacher, she should have at least an education, of knowing her constitutional rights. And an attorney cannot interfere in your life. They cannot stalk you. They can't have people watch you. They can't go to your employers. The only thing they can do is if they know someone's being harmed, they are to report it to the police that they're being harmed and let the police do their job. They do not work along with the police to get somebody banned from around children. You know, in 18, some old ass came up to me in Walmart and went, "If you try to leave Dave, I'll make sure you're never allowed around children again," and walked off. I thought, fuck you. I don't even know you. He works for my ex-husband. Now, I have never, ever, ever hurt anyone. There is no physical evidence that I hurt anyone, because I never did. There is no investigation of me hurting anyone, because I never did. There is no prosecution for it, because it never happened. It's a made-up sick scenario of them playing with me. Now, if there's no charges, no evidence, no prosecution, would there be an attorney working with the police trying to get me where I can't be around children? No. Because that looks like a retard situation, You can't have mean jokes trying to scare somebody out of the house and interfering in an FBI investigation. You can't have a roofie with hypnotic drugs that cause sleepwalking and drug some poor victim up and tell them to say something horrible being a smartass and think you're fucking funny. Hiring some guy named Pete on your own to drug your wife up and tell her to say something horrible, then say a doctor did it. And it's just some drug dealer rapist. I haven't met him yet. I like to know what he looks like. The guy that had me drug beat and raped. Had me tortured, my skull crushing. I want to see the guy that tried to kill me, tried to have me killed. The guy that had me tortured, I'd like to see him. The one that sold kitty porn to my grandkids going potty. See, people are retards. And as an educated woman, she should know better. Now, would the FBI care if I went and worked at a daycare? No. You know what they tell you? Karen doesn't have it in her to hurt anyone. What are you afraid? Karen will bring too many cookies to the daycare and feed everyone? She feeds everybody. And it's ridiculous for anybody to insult her. She almost died to save children. And they always knew. They drugged me and told me to say it before. And that tape of Weird with Yourself is a shower scene. Of washing yourself in the shower. And they photoshopped that in a scam. And she almost died to save everyone. And it's ridiculous for anybody to insult her. So, So someone needs to find out where she's telling people that Stark County sheriffs are going down there badmouthing me, trying to get Agent John's case thrown out. My God. Oh, and the precious one, where I told you I called the FBI hotline the next day. I couldn't wake up enough to answer the phone, and it's ringing. He leaves a voicemail, and the second day I'm not much better. The third day, made myself get up and got enough air on my face, called one of my witnesses, and then I dropped off a card with that agent's number in it, and at that witness's work, and went up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. He's up there telling on me. I hadn't even talked to him yet. He's telling people he knows I'm being drugged, beaten, raped, didn't care. Huh? The next day on a recorded line, he calls me a liar. When I tell him that someone told on me, I try to tell him that about the guy that threatened to knife me, and he's calling me a liar. You say you're lying or I'll arrest you. I'll put you in jail. I'll come up and arrest you. Say you're lying or else. And he's already confessed. He's met with all those church people in his office. I already know the FBI's involved. And he's threatening to put me in jail. You either say it or I'll arrest you. Fine, whatever. Ha, ha, ha. Well, you know what? He can't bully people into false statements on their threats. That's tampering with a witness. And then you say you're faking or I'll leave you there, and then threatening not to protect me and do his damn job. That is also tampering with a witness. And then making fun of me for that guy Pete I found out Dave hired on his own, and a dirty doctor scam of some idiot saying I'm a doctor and I'm with the rapist and the killers. My God. Definitely not my doctor. Like they said, they lied. It's not actually not one of her doctors. He works for them and they lied. My God, it'd be time to get a new doctor, a Jack the Ripper rapist doctor. It's not my doctor. Never heard of him. It's just somebody Dave hired. Dave said it was actually the guy Petey hired on his own. That's what he told Danny. Scamming everybody. So, and then he threatens me if I told him. He already admitted everybody knew, and he talked to everybody. And then if an FBI agent tries to tell a victim, a witness, or informant, they can't say anything. It's not only tampering with the witness, obstruction of justice, but blackmail. It's a federal crime. Okay? And they run this scam. She told the FBI was about, no, the agent told. They were illegally monitoring, went into an office and confessed that they were illegally monitoring me and stalking me. They admitted they were drugging me to get the truth out of me when they were drugging me and to frame me. They were having me beaten, raped. They were trying to murder me to an FBI agent. Had a dirty doctor scam breaking HIPAA that works for them. No doctor could ever be with them. It's a federal crime. See, they're so low educated and such idiots, they don't know anything. And they're all getting even with me because she told the FBI was about, well, they already knew they were legally monitoring me, and the agent went and told more of them. And confessed they were all in his office. And already knew. And he was seen telling more church people. And are you that fucking stupid? That girl runs her mouth to everyone in town she can. And she tries to say the Stark County Sheriffs go down there trying to throw the FBI case out. By bad-mouthing me. And what kind of retard? I'm supposed to be a school teacher down there. That an attorney's working with the police. Police don't work with attorneys. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. They have to report if someone's being harmed. So they're the ones that were harming me, selling kitty porn to my grandkids, going potty. Tried this fraud scheme on the FBI. Of drug confessions, photoshopping, and washing. The ones trying to get FBI agent John's case thrown out against the drug cartel because he bullied me. and sending out the emails of, you say you're lying or I'll arrest you, say you're lying or I'll put you in jail, you hear me, you better say it or else. It's like, fine, whatever, ha 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 ha. Like the lady said on the 5th, it sounded like pure evil the way you laughed at it. And these people have admitted that they did this whole thing to set that agent up to be arrested. That the case would be marked fraud, that he'd defraud me. So anybody got arrested, they could get it thrown out, they'd be released, and they could sue the government for millions of dollars of arrest under fraud. People were talking also about that in Red Lobster. They all found out this whole thing was for that case to be found as fraud and get thrown out. So the people that got arrested could sue the government for millions. Nobody thinks this is funny. Well, nobody thought it was funny. It was Katie's family doing this. That the Michelle is Mary's niece, the one willing to kill someone to date Dave. Her dad's Henry Mauvie. That's Katie's mom, her sister, Mary, her mom, her sister-in-law, Anita, and Strange's niece, Pam, running a big con on the FBI with the drug dealers to set up a con. Where people want, you give me the name of the dirty attorney that's doing all this, I'll call the Bar Association. Do you know if attorney goes around bad-mouthing you to your employer or your neighbors, stalks you, they get disbarred. They will be in jail 3 to 20 years just for that, without the drugs, beat, rape, human trafficking, selling kiddie porn of my grandkids going potty, sex trafficking videos of my whole family using the bathroom, drug confessions, torture, attempted murder, and a fraud scheme against the government, and selling government technology to the cartels. Your beef against Agent John and you wanting to get the case thrown out and all the cartel released and sue the government, that's between you and him. And using the basis he defrauded me because he didn't pay me, he told on me, bullied me. Sending out those emails of even taped over him bullying me, but leaving him laughing at me evilly so that he gets arrested is sick. Your beef between him and your fraud scheme on him is between you and him. Where you said you were using me as a pawn. I found out what you're doing. I'll make it as public. I'll make it as public as possible. Do you know some idiot said they'd like to sue her for her telling that it was them, the one hurting her? They're hurting me and I'm not to say anything? Shut up. Lady said that's ridiculous. She can tell whoever she wants that it's them. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what. The people that lost their family members to the human traffickers for you bringing them there. Better hope the cops get you. And that waitress down there, oh, she was lying, and who was involved? You know what? I'm not the one lying. So you know what I did? I typed up that 3,000 people seen the ones from Florida Faith Family Church. Some guy came and sat down and said, I didn't realize how many people seen them. Because you're a fucking dumbass. Someone needs to take care of that waitress. Officer Mark, Officer John, you need to find out who's saying they're a Stark County Sheriff going down there trying to get an FBI case thrown out. I told you in 2024, I seen a lot of bad people from the case of the drugs and told to save people. And I told you, I think I had seen the guy that tortured me off in the distance. I think it's him. And the really bad people from the case were down there in 24. I told you the CCW sheriff for Tuscarawas County, sweetheart. Love him. Funny guy, sweetheart. He told me a couple years ago that the chief of police of Portage County is sending out those emails of not to believe me, not to help me. He's the one sending out the alter tapes. Then you might want to check where those emails are coming from, if they are coming from him. If not, someone's framing him. When I am out, I do not want insulted for some ass being a smart ass and drugging me up with hypnotic drugs. Hypnotic drugs, where they laughed at me, they used it. That's why she has no memory. It causes no memory. It shuts down your conscious and you are literally sleepwalking. You can eat, you can talk, you can cook, you can drive a car, you can even have sex and not remember anything. And it lasts for hours. Hypnotic drugs cause a hypnotic state and no permanent memory made. They told these people years ago, used amnesia drugs on her. What part of amnesia drugs do you not understand? She'll never remember. You can be as mean as you want. You can yell, you can scream at her. And she'll never remember. And they yelled, "We drugged you and told you to say blah, 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 blah." I ran to the bathroom, threw up. I went and talked to my neighbor, Jim. He's like, "Karen, that'd be horrible if somebody played with you like that." I said, "I broke bruises. I was really sick. I was really infected." I said, "I had to go to the doctor. And I thought it was a well water. Karen, that'd be terrible if somebody played with you like that." It is terrible. That people are breaking in private homes, setting up button cameras, photoshopping, washing, and in another room, selling kiddie porn to little kids using the bathroom, having women drugged, beaten, raped under those kind of drugs so they wouldn't know who harmed them, and drugged up and told to say horrible stuff in stocking tapes. And then having some ass act like they're a doctor breaking HIPAA. You talk about the most retarded scam with people with no IQ coming up with such a moron thing of not knowing the right to privacy. Not knowing HIPAA and that no doctor could ever be with them. That'd be a federal crime for everyone. These people are low life. They called them, how do they call them? Idiot people, low educated. The cartel did. And I don't think that family, that sick family, and that Katie run around telling people I threatened her. I hadn't talked to her in 15 years now. Last thing I said to her was hi when she walked by. I told you with Dave before he quit his church. And then we avoided her like the plague. We didn't have anything to do with her anyways, because I didn't go to that church. I didn't go to that church since 03 when they pushed my kid to suicide. I wanted nothing to do with them. Told you I visited twice in 2011 because they were making up stories getting back to the church I was going to then, hoping somebody would say something. And they didn't, and I didn't go back. That place gave me nightmares. I was scared to death of those crazy, insane people that are demonic. I want you to think about that. Had nothing to do with them. They harmed me for entertainment. You know, some teenagers a couple years ago in North Canton said that church wanted to show how big and bad it was, sending out videos of them having her harmed. Our parents said, this is why you don't go to churches like that. They're occults. If they weren't an occult, they would have never said a word to her. And they definitely wouldn't have had her harmed. It's a severe occult. Now, I don't want people to yell stuff at me. Turn Katie and her family in. Hmm? Because who the hell does she think she is? So, and how satanic this is. Like the lady said, they really insulted her the other day. They're like that heavy-set girl in the mall at that jewelry store, the one that's not much to look at, really thinks she's something. Heard the women in that church are scared of her. They even think that they cross her. They have make their husbands take her out and make it up to her. You know how sick that is? And then harm their wife. That she thinks she is Almighty God, basically. And it's her niece, Michelle, messed up in drugs, and Henry Maffei's her dad. Huh? And they're the one in debt to drug dealers, running a drug scam. Hmm? Her mom's niece. Anita helping out because that's her sister-in-law. And Pam helping out, not only because they're friends, but because she's Strange's niece. And because they're messed up in drugs, got the drug dealers to run this big drug scam against the FBI so that they could get the case thrown out, get him to defraud me. The whole thing was to get him to defraud me. Oh, it's so funny she doesn't know what's going on. They're using her as a pawn. A pawn is a scam. They drugged her until her say it before. They photoshopped that shower scene of washing herself in the other room to make her look weird on purpose. They framed her for it, but she doesn't know what's going on. It's so funny. It's like, what the fuck is funny about that? They are exposing corrupt law enforcement in this area publicly, and they set up that agent to be arrested. And we're 19, they're looking for legal loopholes. That agent told on her before he talked to her. It's a big legal loophole. He bullied her on the phone. That's another legal loophole. He defrauded her. He didn't pay her. He left her there. He told on her. He bullied her. He defrauded her. Can't use fraud. Then last year, 2 years ago, they said they were going to go after the case. They were going to have him arrested. Last year, they said they wanted all drug cartel released. You could not, he had no right around her. See, these people have no right around me. They didn't have a right. They don't have no attorney can surveillance you in your home. It's a federal crime. They can't go get your medical records. They can't approach hospitals. Federal crimes. They can't talk to your employer, they can't have you stalked. They can't talk to your employer. They can't try to cost you your job. They can't tell people you can't live there. They can't stop you from working anywhere. It's none of their damn business. They can't have you stalked. See, these people are trying to tell you they can do all these things and they can't. There's laws that stop them. But where they said he had no right around her. He was defrauding her. Can't use fraud. He didn't pay her. He told on her. He left her there. He defrauded her. Can't use fraud. All the surveillance needs to be thrown out. And every drug dealer released, and anybody connected to any information that they found on anybody connected to the case released, and then they're going to sue for false arrest under fraud, millions of dollars, extended amount of money. They were breaking it again last year, and they break it in 22. Now they're actually going for Agent John by sending out emails of him bullying me and parts of it taped over. They said investigators said how sick it was, him yelling at me like that. Then cackling the pure evil and then saying no one's to help me, no one will believe me. How sick it is. And how evil he sounded cackling at me. Say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. Say you're lying or I'll arrest you. You hear me, I'll come up and put you in jail. It's like, fine, whatever. They sent that out. Where it was only supposed to be an act that way to trick him. They're going right for him. The consequences of your actions, Agent John, where it was supposed to be a scam to get the drug dealers. They have told people they paid you off to act that way. And they have witnessed against you. They announced that March 5th, 26th. And you need to find out who was in the Tuscarawas County courthouse saying they were you. Badmouth me trying to get your case thrown out. and find out who's supposed to be the Stark County Sheriff's going down to Carrollton in Carroll County trying to get your case thrown out, and more than likely it's just the drug dealers. But you need to talk to the sheriffs down there and the Tuscarora sheriffs that it wasn't you. You're going to find out that Karen's one of your informants. She's part of the nationwide human trafficking scam. And she never lied once. Like the police said, we always knew Karen never lied to us once. She can't. It's all under police surveillance. I wouldn't anyways. Hmm? What was it? May 24th, May 14th, something like that, of 24. Hmm? I was in Myers, North Maine in May of 24. And a lady came in, the police that worked her case said it's ridiculous for anybody to insult her. She almost died to save children. They always knew they had drugged her and told her to say it before, and that tape of Weird With Yourself is photoshopped her washing in the shower, and they photoshopped that, and they photoshopped everything. It was just a scam, and it's ridiculous for anyone to ever insult her. She almost died to save everyone. FBI informant. But Officer Mark, Officer John, you got some work to do. Find out who's doing this. I told you years ago the Tuscarora County deputy over CCW, the real sweetheart, absolute sweetheart, love him, you will too. He said it was the chief of police of Portage County sending out those emails, and he threw it in the trash where it belongs because it's illegal. It's a federal crime actually sending that out. You might want to find out, see if they're framing him too. I don't find Keely's family funny. Do you?